High school is a busy time for teenagers. They juggle friendships, schoolwork, and their dreams for the future. But amidst the chaos, one important aspect often goes unnoticed: their influence on the younger generation. High schoolers often serve as role models for younger students, who look up to them and absorb their behaviors and attitudes. However, many high schoolers don't realize the impact they have. They're often focused on their own challenges and fail to see how their words and actions affect younger kids. High schoolers are in a unique position to guide the choices and aspirations of the younger students, setting the stage for their future decisions. So how exactly do high schoolers influence the younger generation? At Tiger Weekly, we set out to answer this question by going directly to the source.
What do you guys think your influence is on younger kids? As in middle school, intermediate, primary?
When it comes to track and other sports, it's pretty easy to see that we have a big impact. The culture we set, trends we set, everything. We're a big influence.
Yeah, I think they see us at events, like when we're in the student section. They're looking to us. They look for that energy, positivity. So I think sports and school, it's important that we show that when we're around younger kids.
I think they see me do my sports and they're like, whoa, pretty cool, dude.
Well, most younger kids look at me as a role model and also just somebody who they want to be one day. So I just take that and I use that so I can be better, but also they can get better too.
Do you think most high schoolers do have a good influence?
Not all, but most do. And they don't understand the impact that they have on the younger generation.
I don't really know, but I know, let's see, in a few weeks I'll be helping with the Camp Carson.
So you think those kids will like you? You think you'll have a good influence on them?
I think so, yeah.
Do you think most high schoolers have good influence on younger kids?
It depends. Some people, yes, but some people...
It just depends on the people.
Yeah, it just depends on the people.
I don't know. I don't really do a lot of stuff with the younger generation, but maybe in sports I can, because I have a lot of younger friends in sports who could look up to me in that way, and so I guess I can have a lot of influence.
I think the younger generation looks up to us, and so they think we're cool, so what we do influences what they do. Yeah.
I'd say yeah, because I know when I was in middle school and elementary school, I always kind of looked up to them. So I'd say we do.
I feel like sometimes high schoolers don't really realize that some of the things that they do might not be setting the best example for the younger generation. I think it's important that they do realize that, so they know not to do that stuff around them.
All right, so we're at the Princeton Community Intermediate School today. We're interviewing 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. We're asking them about how they view the grades above them and the schools above them, like the middle school and the high school. We're asking them whether kids in middle school have good influences or bad influence, and the same with the high school. And we're just trying to get to know them and see if there's anyone specific in middle school or high school that's influenced them, or they've seen anything specific that has influenced them or their peers to act a certain way in the school they're in right now.
All right, what's your name?
Ram Velhouse.
Daniel Williams. Kayleona. Keegan Toogood. Rosalind Akers. Cruz Stafford. Noah King. Brooks Westland. Bella King.
What grade are you in?
5th grade.
4th grade. 5th. 4th.
4th grade, right?
Mm-hmm. I am in 3rd grade. I'm in 3rd grade. I'm in 3rd grade. 3rd.
So how do you view the students at the middle school?
They're definitely a lot smarter. They're better at sports and all that kind of stuff.
Some of them hate me, and some of them are okay.
And some of them are okay?
What
Yeah.
Some of them hate you?
The 8th graders. Most of it's good. It's just some of the kids, they're doing bad things and saying bad stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They want to act cool.
I'll say they kind of pick on us because we're younger than them,
mm-hmm.
and they think that they're bigger and stronger than us, kind of.
Do you think that the high schoolers and the middle schoolers, like, are they positive? Do they have a good influence on you?
A lot of high schoolers do, but the middle schoolers, no, they just look on their phones and stuff. I'm not really scared of the high schoolers, but the middle schoolers, yeah, very scared.
These middle schoolers being, yesterday I was just driving back from soccer practice and these middle schoolers were just, ran in front of a car and just started cussing them out, so.
Okay, so how do you feel about high schoolers?
Some of them are really rude, but most of them are nice. The positive people are like really nice to the first graders and stuff. They like sit with them and on the bus and be nice to them.
Okay.
They're nice and they help out with us to show us how to be more creative.
They actually pay attention and they don't look at their phones all the time. A lot of high schoolers cheer me on.
If I saw one, I'd probably think that they're a person that I can trust, I can look up to. I feel like they show spirit.
How do you view the high schoolers at the sporting events or in the student section? What do you think? Do you think like they're energetic? Do you think
they're definitely
negative,
energetic.
positive?
They're positive to our team, they can be negative to the other teams.
So what do you think that the student section can improve on for next year?
Like, don't yell at the refs, like, agree with the call.
Instead of saying, like, the refs are fine and all that kind of stuff, they just get on with it and deal with it because they're not going to change the call, so.
Oh, high schoolers are very spirited.
Yeah, I think that the teams would be better if they, like, had more respect for, like, the coaches and refs.
Like, what disrespect have you seen from them?
Like, them, like, arguing with the refs and coaches and them, like, getting suspended.
Yeah.
So then they can't play sports.
It would affect the whole team because, like, if a really good player on the team started arguing and got in a fight, he couldn't play. So then the team would start losing.
How do you think that the high schoolers can improve to make all the schools a more positive place?
Like, stop thinking about bad things about people.
Probably being nicer.
Stop cussing!
Stop cussing.
Preach.
Yeah, really, man.
Don't be cool all because your friends are cool.
What's the biggest influence high school has had on you?
The biggest influence a high schooler has had on me is to never give up.
At the intermediate school, fifth graders, right? They were a little trying to act too cool. I want to say kind of they were very quiet. They had the answers in them, but they just didn't want to let it out. And when we went to fourth grade, we're a little bit more open. We get to the third graders.
Interruption at this time with the following home.
Third graders, geniuses. Amazing answers.
homeroom where you went.
Like these kids, I did not know that I was like this when I was a kid. I mean, I was nothing like these kids when I was younger, but these kids gave great answers. Very happy with how the interviews went.
And now, here. And now we're planning on the middle school next. Judging on how the third graders went, I'm expecting some more elaborate answers. We have some great questions, I would say, written down. But you know, we're gonna find out.
If we're gonna work on anything, it should definitely be getting the kids a little bit more comfortable around us, and so they're able to give us their answers.
What grade are you in?
Kindergarten. Kindergarten first.
What do you think about kids older than you?
I think they're just right.
So, have you guys ever seen any high schoolers?
Yeah.
What do you think of them? Do you look up to them? Middle, okay. So what do you think of high schoolers?
They're good.
They're good? Have you ever seen a high schooler outside of school? No? Have you ever seen one in school? A high schooler before? No. Well, we're here
Well,
at
I cheer for
UCS.
the high schoolers.
Oh. So what do you guys think of us when you see us? Ever been to the high school before? What do you think of the high school?
It's fun.
It's fun? You ever see the high schoolers there? What do you think of them?
Fun.
All right, so what's your name?
My name is JP Reed.
Lena Powers.
Jersey.
Kingston Albury.
Nazar McNair.
My name is Ella Kingsbury.
Carson Foganese.
Lane Colbin.
Yeah, what grade are you in?
I'm in 7th grade.
I'm in 7th grade.
I'm in 8th grade.
8th.
8th.
I'm in 7th grade.
6th grade.
6th grade.
Do you think that the high schoolers have a positive or negative influence on the other schools, in particular middle school?
I think they have a positive influence on the other schools.
Like people on the baseball team, like the baseball team
like
who
sports
influence,
Okay.
influence us to play sports.
Do you think that they have a positive influence on you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of them.
I think they probably do because of like how they act can probably impact others.
Like how they act, how they treat people.
Typical high schooler.
Pretty mature, and like gets good grades, pays attention.
I feel like some of them won't do that, and some of them will just goof around in class and just don't care.
What makes it a negative influence? What do they do that's a negative?
Like disrespect, fights, stuff like that.
Yeah, like when they just like get in trouble at practice or something, and they have to sit the bench for a game or something.
Sometimes I believe most kids can be disrespectful, and whether it's to their teachers or coaches, in just a lot of ways that can have a bad effect on the younger kids like us in the middle school.
All right, do you think negativity is contagious?
Yeah, I believe so.
In what ways can you help to stop the negativity?
Join clubs, just put yourself out there.
Positive, probably how good they do and how they talk to other people, and then negatives is probably having attitudes and not talking good to other people.
What is your view on the student section? Do you think they have a positive influence, a negative influence? How do you view them?
I think they have a positive influence. I like rally up the people and stuff and the team.
Well, it really depends on how they act on the games. Like, it depends, like, who we're versing. Like, if they're versing Gibson Southern, it's kind of bad.
Like, the student section, like, almost, like, sets the tone for the stadium or gym.
What do you think is negative or that they need to work on?
Like, the refs, if they make a bad call. Like, the booing and stuff.
They're really competitive, and, like, they just, like, have, like, the hype and everything.
I think it affects kind of like the attitude of like what we're doing out there, and because if there's a lot of boos, then we might not want to play as hard, or if they're cheering, then it kind of just changes the mood and sometimes just the emotions outside on the court.
How do you view a high schooler? Like, what's your first thoughts about one?
Giant.
Giant. Do you view high schoolers right now as like welcoming, or do you view it like as intimidating?
Intimidating.
Have you seen the Barstool? Like, Almost Friday?
Oh, yeah.
How do you think that influences their school? Do you think it's a negative influence or a positive influence?
Like, they post, like, mean pictures, so it's probably, like, not the greatest influence on
Do you think that brings down school spirit, or do you think that increases it?
Probably increases it because they probably think it's funny.
Okay.
But like if like you're the person like that's being posted, it's not funny to you.
It can make people feel embarrassed, like at the high school and middle school too.
Yeah, for sure.
Throughout these interviews, we've seen that high schoolers influence younger kids in so many ways. From intimidation to inspiration, the actions of older students can shape the lives of those who look up to them. We've heard from younger kids about how they see high schoolers as role models and examples. And this highlights an important truth. Every action we take has the power to inspire or discourage others. Us high schoolers need to remember that what we do impacts those around us more than we might think. It's a reminder for all of us to be aware of our influence. By being mindful of how we act, we can uplift the younger generation and help create a positive environment. In the end, it's not just high schoolers who shape the future. It's everyone's responsibility to be a source of support and inspiration for others, as you never know who could be watching. It only takes one moment to change someone's entire life.